Welcome to Key Tech. Please describe this channel if you are interested in today's video. As globalization deepens, economic interactions and strategic games between countries are becoming increasingly complex. In recent years, in the face of frequent economic sanctions and technological blockades by the United States, China has adopted a tit-for-tat strategy, one of which is to restrict the export of key mineral resources. This move not only triggered turmoil in the global market, but also changed the international economic landscape to some extent. Foreign media even said the United States is going to be hurt. Since the 21st century, the United States has frequently imposed economic sanctions and technological blockades on countries around the world, especially in the high-tech field, relying on its strong scientific and technological strength and military power. As a rising power, China has naturally become the focus of U.S. sanctions. Faced with this pressure, China has adopted a variety of means to fight back, among which restricting the export of key mineral resources is a heavy blow. Metals such as gallium, germanium, and antimony play a pivotal role in the high-tech industry. Gallium is an important component of semiconductor materials and is widely used in solar cells, LEDs, and other fields. Germanium plays a key role in new energy, optical fiber communications, and other fields. Antimony is mainly used in flame retardants, batteries, etc. The strategic value of these metals is self-evident, and China has an absolute advantage in the reserves, output, and maturity of the industrial chain of these resources. Since China implemented export restrictions, the prices of gallium, germanium, and antimony in the global market have risen rapidly. Antimony, in particular, has risen by an astonishing 230%. The surge in prices has not only affected the cost structure of related industries, but also forced countries to begin to re-examine and adjust their supply chain layout. As one of the world's largest economies, the United States is highly dependent on these key minerals. According to statistics, the United States' dependence on China for these three materials exceeds 50%. After China restricted exports, American companies had to face the dual pressures of material shortages and rising costs. This is undoubtedly a huge blow to the development of the United States' advanced weapons research and development and semiconductor industry. In response to this challenge, the United States began to rebuild its domestic industrial chain. However, this is not an easy task. Take gallium as an example. This metal is not obtained through simple mining, but requires a complex smelting process to be refined. China has accumulated rich experience and technological advantages in this regard, while the United States needs to start from scratch. According to U.S. media reports, if the United States wants to rebuild a complete gallium industry chain, it will take at least 15 years. China's advantages in key mineral resources are not limited to gallium, germanium, and antimony. In fact, China also has an absolute voice in rare earth resources. Rare earths are an indispensable and important raw material for high-tech industries and are widely used in electronics, communications, aerospace, and other fields. China leads the world in rare earth reserves, production, and export volume. Faced with sanctions and pressure from the United States, China has not yet played the trump card of rare earths. Once China decides to restrict rare earth exports, the global high-tech industry will face a more severe test. This will not only further aggravate the supply chain crisis in the United States and other countries, but may also trigger industrial turmoil and economic recession on a global scale. Although the current trade war and technology war between China and the United States are intensifying, in the long run, cooperation is still the best choice for both sides. In the context of globalization, no country can be immune. Although China's restriction on the export of key minerals has hit the strategic interests of the United States to a certain extent, it has also brought uncertainty to the global economy. This uncertainty is not only not conducive to China's economic development, but is also likely to trigger the rise of trade protectionism and economic recession on a global scale. Therefore, China and the United States should resolve their differences and contradictions through dialogue and consultation. In the development and utilization of key mineral resources, the two sides can seek a model of cooperation and win-win. For example, the United States can invest in China's related industrial chain construction and share China's technology and experience, while China can expand exports to the United States to meet the needs of the U.S. market. This cooperation model will not only help ease the current trade tensions, but also help promote the sustained and healthy development of the global economy. Of course, cooperation does not mean giving up competition. In the field of high-tech industries, the competition between China and the United States is still fierce. But competition should be fair and orderly, rather than suppressing each other through sanctions and blockades. Both sides should enhance their competitiveness by strengthening scientific and technological innovation and talent training, and jointly promote the prosperity and development of the global high-tech industry. China's restriction on the export of key minerals such as gallium, germanium, and antimony is a war without gunpowder. It not only tests the wisdom and courage of both sides, but also affects the future direction of the global economy. In the face of this challenge, China and the United States should remain calm and rational, and seek a model of cooperation and win-win through dialogue and consultation. Only in this way can we ensure the sustained and healthy development of the global economy and achieve true mutual benefit and win-win results.